Well, we're trying to get a handle on where the healthcare industry goes from here. We know about the expiring Obamacare subsidies coming up at the end of the year, and it just seems like a completely unsustainable model. The problem is, what is the answer? How does that get fixed? We'll also see how Roger Marshall is holding up in the wake of the Chiefs getting bounced from the postseason for the first time since 2014. Senator, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Pete, my flags are at half-mast. My goodness, we're just lifting up Patrick and his family in Chiefs Kingdom up. It's a tragic injury. But the good news is we're going to probably pick about number 10 in the draft. And you and I need to have a deep discussion. Do we go like a beast of a wide receiver, or do we need that edge rusher? And those are some big decisions for Chiefs Kingdom for this next coming draft.
I'm with you. I'm always about the best player on the board. I try to not overreact to position need, but you're right. That's going to be the question right now. Have you ever done an ACL tear? Have you ever fixed an ACL, Senator, in your days as a doctor?
No, sir. No, that would be an orthopedic. I would have assisted on that type of surgery in medical school, but that's about the closest I've ever
Well, that's
been
what I mean. You go back to your med school days. I didn't know if you had checked in on an ACL tear or something like that.
Yeah, and, it's going to be a 9 to 10 month recovery, so that means Patrick's going to probably miss September, would be my guess. And we'll see what the Chiefs are made of. And, this can't be a one-man show, so we got to get him healthy. Remember, Tom Brady came back after an injury just like this, and he won several more championships. So, we can't just live on the mountaintop. We've drafted, as for 10 years. We've been like the last 3 or 4 people to draft, and frankly, it shows now.
Yeah, absolutely. And as well as anybody, when it comes to he was kind of nursing that knee these last couple of weeks, and it felt like it was maybe only a matter of time before that injury got a little more serious. And that's exactly what you saw yesterday. How, those knees in particular, when you're trying to basically get through an NFL season with a knee injury like that, I mean, how tenuous a spot is that, Senator?
Yeah, I thought that the whole game. He was favoring it. And when you favor it, then he planted and his knee didn't know what to do. And it's almost like he hyperextended it. So I think your body's compensating, right? You've got one injury going, and I don't know. I'm going to guess it was a cartilage tear. I'm not sure. But then, the knee's swollen, and all of a sudden it hits that hard, cold ground. He's exhausted already. He's been running for his life for the whole game. And bada bing. And, I was just sitting there thinking the whole game, my gosh, he's just a play away from getting hurt. And sure enough, it happened right in front of us.
It did. All right. Senator Roger Marshall here. We'll keep that doctor's cap on because we all know what's going on when it comes to the healthcare debate in this country. You've been rolling out some videos trying to get some bipartisan support for a new plan to basically replace Obamacare, which we know is unaffordable. It's not the Affordable Care Act, because if it's only affordable when the government's subsidizing it, then it's inherently not affordable. So what do you want to see happen here, and how realistic is it Congress can actually do something about it?
Yeah, people, this is going to be the defining issue from now until the November election.
Yeah.
Just like the border security was last time, this is it. And this Congress will be judged by whether we had the kahunas to fix it or not. And, to your point, Obamacare, law of the land for 15 years, premiums that went up more than 200%. But it's the out-of-pocket that's killing people. The out-of-pockets went from $1,000 a year. Now most families are paying $10,000 to $15,000 a year. It's unsustainable. The overregulation of Obamacare has created consolidation in the industry, whether it's insurance companies or big hospital systems, pharmacy benefit managers. So what the Marshall Plan does is, number one, address the fraud. There's $25 billion of fraud each year in Obamacare. Happy to dive into that. The other thing we want to do is stop empowering giving money to big insurance companies. We're giving big insurance companies $150 billion a year. I mean, like direct money into their accounts, right? I mean, it is a slot machine for them. And then that drives up everybody's prices. We want to start taking that money and put it in your healthcare savings account. We want you to be the consumer. And lastly, pair that with our price tags bill. We want you as a consumer, just like on Black Friday, to go online and you need your ACL repaired, and you're there in your listing area, and every hospital pops up, and you'll be surprised. There will be a 10x, maybe a 20x difference between the price of getting that ACL fixed at an outpatient surgical hospital versus a big university type of hospital.
Okay, so here's then the politics side of this. Democrats feel like they've got the Republicans over the barrel here because, well, why would they go along with the GOP when they think that this issue will benefit them tremendously in the midterms? If and when these Obamacare subsidies expire, they can basically say, look at these big bad Republicans increasing your cost of health insurance. So how do you get the politics of this squared away where your friends on the other side of the aisle basically agree that what you've got laid out here is a better plan, but they don't want to give you a win going into a midterm year. So how are you going to square that?
Yeah, Pete, you nailed it. So the Democrat Party wants this issue. The Democrat Party wants this country to be in a recession. They wouldn't mind it if we're in World War III. That's what they want. And so they're willing to throw America under the bus in order to get to number one is to get back at Trump, and number two is take control of the House, the Senate, and the White House eventually again as well. But there are I bet there's 20 Democrat senators that would like to fix this problem. And the question is, will Chuck Schumer cut their knees off? And by cutting their knees off is he can cut all their fundraising off. If you're up for re-election, you're at his mercy. They will primary you. People will say, well, how did Nancy Pelosi keep power? She cut your knees off financially and politically. She took you off your good committees. There's ways that they can do this. So Chuck Schumer is running for his life right now. And so the Democrat Party wants the issue. We got a handful of Democrats. So the question is, can I find 40 Republican senators and 20 Democrat senators that would support one bill? And so far, I haven't found the magic potion, but every day I'm having those conversations. We have real relationships with these people across the aisle. I'm in a bipartisan prayer breakfast with most of them, for 5 years now, once a week. And you could imagine what your relationships are. You've been part of those, a good Sunday school class or a group of people where you're getting together weekly praying for each other. So that's where, if this is going to be solved, that's where it's going to happen.
Roger Marshall is joining us on KCMO. I mean, yeah, you made the analogy earlier, cutting them off at the knees, at least for the guys, the cojones, so to speak. I mean, they've got to stand up to Chuck Schumer here and do what's right for the American people. And it seems like behind the scenes, a lot of them know what's right for the American people and know what's right for the system, but the politics gets in the way. Is there any way that you see them getting around all this in the next several weeks?
Well, Pete, it's a long shot right now. And all I can tell you is momentum's on our side. Every day I make progress. We make progress at the staff level, at the member level. Every day we see the cost of healthcare, $5 trillion. We're spending 18% of our GDP. Our price tag bills alone would bring down the spend on healthcare by $1 trillion. 40 economists have looked at our bill and said it would bring down the spend from $5 trillion to $4 trillion. That's $1,000 a month per family that we would save on healthcare by simply allowing patients to become consumers again. So they can't argue against it, but they did. I went down and they voted against. I agreed to extend the subsidies by a year in exchange for the things I talked about, and they refused it. They refused to do it. Right now the politics are winning. We will see if I can find, because it'll take 20. I can't find 50 Republicans to agree on health care right now, but maybe I can get 40. I'll try to get 50, but I probably need at least 40.
Yeah, you got to get to that 60 number in the U.S. Senate. Obviously, that's the magic number. I mean, there's no way that this gets done through, and you tell me, I don't know how this works. There's no way to do this with just 51 votes on some kind of reconciliation deal?
So there is, and I've been going down 3 roads at the same time, and that is the third road. And even today, we're building what that bill looks like. So we'll add 4 or 5 or 10 more pieces of this pharmacy benefit manager reform and more money for some community health centers as well. And again, my focus is on bringing down the cost of healthcare for everybody. Mine's the only plan out there that goes beyond just Obamacare, which is, we could just pull the plug on that, but keep those essential health benefits. I do want to take care of pre-existing conditions. As an obstetrician, half of pregnancies aren't planned, and so many people showed up and their insurance didn't cover pregnancy. So it's an uphill battle, Pete, but I'm just going to keep moving forward. every day, try to get better every day, try to get one more Democrat to support it. It is next to impossible, but I'm building that reconciliation package. Actually, I've been building it for 3 months now.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. And your deadline here is what? Coming up end of the year, right? I mean, that's when things move up.
So 2 deadlines. I think the bipartisan opportunity to fix the Obamacare enhanced subsidies. Remember, the base Obamacare, which pays 80% of premiums, is still in place. Mm-hmm. So the enhanced subsidies, which was paying the other 20%, is going to go away. But the second deadline is January 30th, when the government will shut down. Part of the government will shut down again. And I think that this is what the Democrats are using as leverage. Can we make progress on health care enough that they would support a package to keep the government open? So that's their lever. It's also our lever. And that's what's going to create us to come to at least try really, really hard. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, we'll be following. We appreciate what you're doing on this front, and we'll see if you can strike lightning in a bottle here with some bipartisan support.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks so much, and just Merry Christmas to you, your family, all your listeners. I do appreciate the prayers, the support out there as well. Merry Christmas to everybody.
You as well. Senator Roger Marshall, great to have him on KCMO Talk Radio, and we may not catch him before Christmas, so a Merry Christmas to him and his staff as well.